everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode on Blitz Sports. Today is a very special episode as I get to interview someone on one of my favorite sports teams, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, Marty Auer. Welcome to the show. Marty, why don't you say hi?
Hey, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
No problem. So, Marty plays on Notre Dame. He's pretty good, I would say. He's made some nice plays, and let's get rolling with these questions.
Sounds good.
What was the journey like of becoming a walk-on Notre Dame?
So back in high school, I was having a good season. My senior year was during the COVID year, so it all kind of got messed up. So I originally thought I was going to end up playing at this D2 program, but then towards the end of the year, Notre Dame's coaching staff hit up my high school coach, and my high school coach sent them my film, and they talked to me and were asking if I wanted to be there as a walk-on and told me if I could get into
some technical difficulties here.
So yeah, they sent them my high school film. Their coaches liked it. Then they talked to me and were saying, if you could get into the school, you could have an opportunity to come walk on the team. Luckily, I was able to get in, and then going from there. It's been great.
Yeah, so next question. What has been your favorite Notre Dame jersey so far? Obviously, you've been part of a few of the jerseys, the green jerseys, the game in Ireland. What are some of your favorite jerseys so far?
The all greens were really cool against Ohio State. I like that we're having more freedom with what we do. And but my favorite is probably the one we played against BYU in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Those were all whites and then with golds and different little designs on there. Those were really cool.
Yeah, I definitely love those jerseys. And I also loved that jersey reveal that took place. I thought that was a really cool scene right there with Marcus Freeman and a few other guys.
Yeah, that video was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys, how did they show it to you guys? Was it during a team meeting, or did you guys kind of find out on your own?
No, yeah, it was after we had a workout, and then the coaches were talking to us after the workout, and we have a big video board inside our workout facility, so then they played that video for us on the facility.
What were some of the reactions after watching that video?
People were really hyped about it. People were laughing at the funny parts, and then once the jerseys finally got revealed, people were yelling and screaming. It was cool.
Nice. And then, one of my personal questions here, what are some of your favorite things at Notre Dame, and what are some of your favorite features about the stadium? Some of the inside features or just the stadium in general. What are some of your favorite features there?
Oh, that's a good question. I really like how there's classrooms in the student centers built in all around the stadium, that
wow.
It's not just a stadium on its own, that it has all these different connections to it, and all the different gates that you go in. They're all historic, have the different coaches on there, the Rockney Gate or the Parseghian Gate. Everything has its own meaning. There's nothing there that's just to be there for no reason. Everything is thought out and put there for a reason, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that is very interesting. What is it like playing with Marcus Freeman and his staff? I've personally loved Marcus Freeman. I think he's a guy who brings a lot of energy to a very exciting Notre Dame team to watch. So what's it like playing with his staff and him?
Coach Freeman is great. He's very personable. You can tell he cares about the players. We'll talk to you every day, gets the team fired up. And yeah, just you can tell that he cares a lot about the people and cares a lot about the program, which everyone loves to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely seems like a guy who's not coaching for his name. He's coaching for the team, which in college, sometimes you don't really see that, and I think that's a trait Marcus Freeman does really bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's really cool. I'm glad he's there and glad he has that opportunity.
And then next question, what is a typical game weekend like for players?
So if it's a home game, we'll usually do the normal routine. You'll still have to go to class on Friday, finish up with class, practice. Then after practice, if you're on the travel squad, you'll go to a hotel because we'll sleep in a hotel the night before the game.
Okay.
But if you're not on the travel squad, you'll just go back to your dorm or your apartment, wherever you're living. And then from the hotel, we'll do the whole game day ritual, go to mass at the Basilica, do the player walk. And then if it's an away game, we'll usually get class excused on Friday, practice early morning Friday, then get changed, get on the plane, fly out to wherever we're going that day, and then do the same routine after that. Go to the hotel, have your meals, do your meetings before game time.
And how long before kickoff does the team arrive at the field?
It's usually about 2 hours before. So we'll be there about 2 hours, have time to warm up on your own, get taped, do any pregame rituals you need. So you have plenty of time before the games. I actually don't like how early we go because I just get anxious waiting for the game to start. I wish we just got there and started playing right away.
And then how do players, parents and families get to all the games since players are from all over? Does the school help with making the travel arrangements, or is that kind of on the players?
No, it's usually just on the players. Sometimes, like if there's a financial need that's like demonstrated to the school will help pay for some long trip. But no, it's all the time. Like you have to figure out how you're going to get to the game, which kind of stinks for people who live far away. Like if you live in California, or we have some guys from Hawaii. But yeah, like it's just you try to figure out on your own.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite game of this season, or truly in your whole Notre Dame career? I know my favorite game this year was when you guys played USC. I thought that was maybe one of the best football games I've ever watched as a Notre Dame fan. And I just want to know, what was your favorite game of the season, or in the past?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you that USC game was super cool. Especially because they beat us last year, and there's a lot of smack talk going on about the game. Beating your rival is always a big thing, and that was just a great experience to be able to go out beating them and getting back the rivalry trophy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the Clemson game last year was also awesome. That was a great one to be at as well.
Yeah, I always love when you guys play USC. Sometimes those are definitely the more mentally challenging games for a fan, but this year was definitely Xavier Watts, obviously career game right there, and it was so fun to watch Caleb Williams, the guy who kind of led last year with the passing and even the smack talk, and definitely got him very rattled. And I truly think that game has definitely done something to his draft stock. Like, I've seen a lot of mock drafts. He's not going number one anymore in quite a few of them. What are your thoughts on the 12-team playoffs? I definitely think this does benefit Notre Dame and truly a lot of other football programs.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Anything for getting more opportunity to teams, I enjoy. And having the home playoff games would be really cool. Having a playoff game in South Bend would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big fan of it. It will be cool to see, kind of like if there's a March Madness type scenario where some group of 5 team like Tulane or Liberty is able to knock off a top tier school. That would be really cool to watch in the playoff. But no, I'm a fan. I'm excited for it, and it should be fun next year.
I think it also brings a lot more meaning after a loss. You know, college, I always feel like one loss pretty much gets you out of the playoff picture, basically, because it's just the way college works. Like, and I think it really makes it more of a season. It's not one loss and you're out. It's more you have a little bit more room for error, and I think it also gives more opportunity to, like you said, Tulane, Liberty. I think it definitely expands that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the big thing about, like, having one loss in your season's over. Like, that's what last year, because we lost to Ohio State week 1, and then we lost to Marshall, and then the whole team's like, okay, our season's over now.
Yeah.
But with the 12-team playoff, we'd still be able to fight and try to get back in. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you're right. It brings a lot more opportunity to different teams. It gives meaning to games that wouldn't have meaning before.
How do you balance school, practice, including film study, and just on-the-field practice? Like, is that ever really a challenge, or is that kind of all schedule-based before, you know, school even begins? Like, have you planned that sort of thing, or is that just you cross that bridge when you get there?
That was a big hurdle for me my freshman year, because coming in as a walk-on, they don't really assist you that much with the schooling. It's more just figure it out on your own. And I chose classes that were way harder than I should have. Mm-hmm. So that was really hard to begin with. And you kind of just have to, like, it's a skill that you learn of how to manage your time. Because being at Notre Dame, you have to go to class. There's no just, oh, I don't go to class. Yeah. I don't take tests. I don't do this. Like, if you're going to go to school here, you have to put in the hard work, and that includes going to class and balancing practice and all these different things. But as the years go on, you learn how to manage your time, and you more learn, like, what classes you should and shouldn't take based on your, like, major and the time commitment with them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's also why Notre Dame, you never really see players throwing fits on the sideline. I definitely think having that you have to show up to class, you have to do this, you have to do that, definitely helps with the mental side of the game, knowing, like, you have to put all this stuff into classes just to get onto the field. You're not just on the field, and there's no other work outside of being on the field. I definitely think that is why Notre Dame, you never really see that guy throwing the helmet on the sideline, or there are definitely a lot of leaders on this Notre Dame team.
Yeah, very little entitlement on the team, which is great to see.
Yeah. Like, you definitely see with college, you know, these guys getting these crazy NIL deals. Like, they are very entitled because they know they are. I mean, the team paid for them, basically, to come and put on their uniform, so they're not going to do a lot of things they really should be doing.
Exactly, yeah. They're, like, not realizing how important school is, especially at Notre Dame, where, like, players can realize, like, oh, I can still get a huge payday from NIL, which a lot of my teammates do, but still recognize the value that the Notre Dame degree can give you.
And now the final question of the episode here. What are your thoughts going into next season? You have a new quarterback, Riley Leonard, new offensive coordinator, Mike Denbrock. I mean, what are your thoughts going into next season with the 12-team playoff and all the new additions to the team?
I'm super excited for this upcoming season. I think our defense is going to be dominant once again. We're bringing back almost all of our starters, which is really cool. And then offense, yeah, like you said, getting the new coordinator, getting a new quarterback. Possibilities are endless. I love the team we have right now. And I just have super high hopes and think we'll be gunning for that national championship next year.
Mm-hmm. And now, Marty, any questions for me, the listeners, anything?
No. Thank you for having me on. Go Irish.
No problem. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Blitz Sports with MJL24. Thank you for listening.